start. Waiting for YouTube to respond.
Irrespondable.
Hopefully they respond.
Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Evolution Raving Academy Season 18, Round 7 here at the Monza. Be still, my beating cheese sticks. I am very attractive, and with me as always is the man who's had a thorough going over by the Steiner Assault Squad, Malcolm Agus.
I mean, they have had their way with me. It was not pleasant, and I'm in a great deal of pain.
Correct. Mike's apparently allergic to everything, and every joint is exploding.
For about 2 weeks of the year, I am allergic to just everything around me, apparently. And,
we're going to ship you off to the Sahara.
So, I've been sneezing a lot. Not having a good time of it. Ribs hurt. Back hurts. Teeth hurt. Sinuses hurt. A little bit better today, though. Looks like I've found the right mix of Reactin and Claritin to,
heroin.
To calm the symptoms. But,
Simpsons?
Still hurting. Still hurting. Still not feeling great. But hopefully it'll be over in about a week.
Until then, we will keep you doped up to the gills.
There will be doping. There will be painkillers. There will be... It's probably about it, really.
Mike is currently on performance-enhancing drugs, but not that kind.
Yes. They are PEDs, but not of the sporting nature. We're on board with D. Hines, who has volunteered to give us a tour of Monza. If you do not know Monza, I question your racing credentials, frankly. But we're going to give you the tour anyways, and it's our final race of the season. 2 champions have already been crowned. 1 champion will be crowned today. And that is the silver champion. So here we go, D, in the Lamborghini. Take us away. And as you can see, we do have changing conditions today. So it is wet out there right now for the irons. And it will be leading back in about 15 minutes, so they'll be at a disadvantage for qualifying purposes, but they're up against each other, so it doesn't really matter. Into the Primera here, or the Variante Retifilio, depending on which terminology you're going to want to use. And then next up is the Curva Grande, which I assume Byron will make jokes about before the end of this race.
What is this about Quavo?
Curva Grande.
Queso Grande.
Here we are at the second Variante, the second chicane. And then into Lesbo 1.
I don't think you can say that.
Yes, we can. And would you like to guess what this turn is?
Lesbian 5.
Lesbo 2.
Oh my god. That seems complicated.
Down the back straight we go, down towards... I believe this is now officially called the Variante Ascari. But I could be mistaken. This turn's been renamed a couple of times. All for morbid reasoning. But I believe it currently is the Ascari.
The escarpment.
And then we head down to the final turn, which is the Parabolica. This track used to have a banked section, which you can still see in real life. I think Top Gear actually did an episode here looking at the bank.
Oh,
and
cool.
Going, how on earth was this supposed to function? But it did. And we head down to the start-finish straight here, and that is a lap of Monza. Temple of Speed. In 1 minute 55.827 seconds. So let's talk Iron Championship real quick here. Lucio Conti comes in today the champion, having won 5 out of 6 races this season. He's on 112 points. D. Hines is second on 72. And it's 71 for Jos van der Velde. And 69 for Stipo. So a very good battle for second place is still on offer, even though we do not have a battle for the championship. Now, Stipo is at a disadvantage. Number one, because he is the third in line of those 3 cars, but also because he's dropping a 10-point score. So, where Jos and D are dropping zeros, he is effectively at 59 points to their 72 and 71. He will need a really good race today. Cobus Meinhardt's on 44 points, followed by Clinton Strobel on 38. 38 also for Werner Jacobs, and 34 for J.J. Zimmerman. So those three have a nice little fight going on. Sam Messenger, Martin Wombley, Bert Toaster, Jesse Diekman, Rico Bakari, Rian Lautere, and Hugo Grippin round off the iron drivers we have seen this season. Jos van de Velde has moved to the top of the timesheets for Van Nel. And we have a promising lap going on right now for J.J. Zimmerman. Should, in theory, move him into second place.
And then he will be the second guy who's also not in first.
Well, be the first guy who's not in first.
No, the third guy is also not in first, so.
Let's see here. Get myself a quick refresh of the current terminology for the Variantes. Primera, Secunda, and Ascari per RacingTracksInfo.com. I'd like one that doesn't rely on the Primera Secundo names, though. Yeah, there we are. Variante Redifilio and Variante della Roggia. There we go. And Ascari.
Rodifilio sounds nasty.
It does a little bit, not gonna lie. There's our champion, Lucio Conti, with a special livery for today's race, although, to be honest, I feel like he didn't upload that correctly. So that doesn't really look like a particularly notable livery. D. Hines has a good lap going. Right now on pace to take pole as he makes his way through the Ascari. I do not know who Della Roggia or Redifilio are, so I don't know who those corners are named after. Ascari, of course, is the last Italian F1 World Champion in 1953, Byron. It's been since 53
wow.
that Italy has won a F1 World title.
Didn't they, invent a couple fast cars or something?
They did. They did.
They know how to drive them?
Apparently not. But,
Goodness.
There are only two Italian F1 World Champions ever. That's Giuseppe Farina in 1950 and Ascari in 52 and 53.
Would be a guy named Giuseppe.
With Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. So Ferrari as a manufacturer has won a bunch of titles, but not with Italian drivers. J.J. Zimmerman with a moderate improvement here. But still in third place. Also a moderate improvement for Stipo as things stand. But he will be still in fourth place unless he absolutely aces Parabolica in a way that I've never seen done before. Strobel, Meinert, and Jacobs banked a lap each, but they have not elected to come back afterwards. So, just getting their laps in. A little frustrated, I guess, with the damp conditioning that they have for their qualifying here. But those are the breaks when you have a variable weather circuit.
I mean, if you just drive fast enough, your tires will just steam off all of the rain, and you won't have to deal with it.
There's some level of truth to that, but not really.
Technically, from a physics type of standpoint, yes, but no.
J.J. Zimmerman has a improving lap here. Might have a shot at second place. Never mind. Gasser's Curse coming into play, and the Track 2 Lambo is off the track. See if Condi can get a good lap in here. Don't know if the lap currently is good or not because I don't have a delta to work with. But it is legal, which is step one. Don't know if y'all are aware of this, but step 1 of a good lap is legal lap.
And step 2 is you steal the lap from someone else.
Not really sure how that would work.
Little digital chicanery.
I see what you did there.
Insert a little admin privilege.
All right, down the final straightaway here towards the Parabolica. The bronze drivers have been allowed to enter the track for their 10-minute period. Now, there will be interesting because this track is going to start drying out, in theory, during their run. And we'll see if that plays a role in, because you're going to want to time your lap right to do the best you can. Condi going third quickest. So not a bad lap. Our bronze champion has been declared. Adrian Marou, courtesy of 3 wins through 6 races, is your champion on 107 points. 96 for Robert Volt. And then after that, it is Pat Fortune on 62. 55 for Michael Taylor. 44 for Hobart Rallywell. 38 for Kenan Dyke. 24 for Shanu Murasanu. Nathan B on 20. And then 16 for Chris Dancer. And 6 for Idris Cahill. So the 445 of Rallywell is currently the first man to get a legal lap in here for bronze, if he can keep this lap clean. He's got Marood and Volt right on his tail, and then Fortune. Well, that's Rallywell off the track, so Pat Fortune is now the only one currently with legal lap time.
He did not rally sufficiently.
Will be the stunt possum for Lamborghini to lead it in. We have 3 stunt possums here today, with Idris Cahill returning from his long hiatus. Has not been at a race since Kyle Almy back in round 2.
Is it because he's been having some trouble on them corners?
I don't know.
That's Idris Elba.
That's Idris Elba.
My bad.
Well, Idris was the one who wasn't obsessed with having his corners, though. Don't worry about it.
Not long term, no.
He was good with the co-op. It was our boy Avon that wanted his corners.
That is true.
Maybe he's just a gangster, I suppose. But he wants his corners.
I'm gonna call Brother Muzon.
You need to be asking yourself one question. What do I need to do to make this man bring up his gun again? Pat Fortune goes 7th quickest. Robert Volt still had a legal lap going. He was in 2nd place. And Cahill in 8th. Hey, Chris Dancer's back. Hope the wife is feeling better, Chris.
You could be Stanson, yeah.
Feels really weird to see Chris in a Ferrari instead of McLaren. I'm just so accompanied to him being a British loyalist.
I say rather.
lost a lot of good people. Joe, Hunger Man, especially Joe.
Prop Joe.
Yes. Listen, Oma. Proposition may fall kindly on your ears. Pat Fortune's got a good lap going, and indeed that will be good enough for second place. A couple of people with good laps going, as I think the circuit's becoming a little more favorable. Chris Stancer's up about a second here. So he makes his way through Parabolica to the final corner. This should be good enough for 8th or 7th place.
On Stancer, on Donner, and Blitzen.
There we go, 8th place. And another decent lap should be Michael Taylor's here. He's up almost a second. Oh, never mind. He got Parabolica wrong. He got Parabolica really wrong and gets shot out onto the giddy litter.
Mike, I just don't see enough Ford GTs out there.
There is no Ford GT in this game, unfortunately.
Well, that sounds like a them problem. Also, Robert Volt, very nice color scheme. I like that.
Well, the problem is the Ford GT hasn't been a valid GT3 car in some time.
GT 3.2.
The current Ford entry for the GT3 class is the Mustang, which we've seen before, but I don't think we have any in the field today.
I desire nothing but Pintos.
You're a weird man. I appreciate it, but you're a weird man.
And AMC Gremlins.
You're a very weird man.
We had a couple of those running around town back in the day. The AMC Gremlins, there's an AMC Eagler too. I kind of always suspected that the same person owned all of them.
Possible. First Stancer on another solid lap. It's about 3/10 right now. Should be enough to carry him up, to about 7th place. Around the area of Lucio Condi. Lost a little bit of time through Parabolica. Still an improving time, though. Up into 7th place. And a slight improvement for Michael Taylor at the moment. But not a very good lap. In fact, as it stands, at best he would get Clinton Strobel here. And move up into 12th place. So the Ferrari in the Brits' hands is struggling out there. In fact, that will be a non-improving lap. Here's Hobart Rallywell, currently in 4th place.
For every lap you fail to improve, we will deduct 5 seconds. Or possibly add 5 seconds.
Be a bit weird.
Spin the wheel of seconds.
It's up about 8/10 right now, which would be enough for pole. At least for now. That being said, the rain is going to be coming to an end, so almost certainly pole will go to a silver. Number one, they generally take pole because they're the fastest drivers anyways. But on top of that, they'll have the best track conditions. As Rallywell does not quite put it together there at the end. See if Taylor can finally put the lap together here, because, I mean, we know he's got more pace than this. We'll see what he
Like
can
the
do.
salsa?
I mean, might be like the salsa.
Pace Picante's house. The other stuff's from New York City.
It's about a 1.4 second improvement here, but it's only good enough for 12th place. Idris Cahill is up about a half second right now. And he is leading the silver train in behind him. That's, I think, Isaac Jordan in the Lambo. And behind him, that's Dick Post. We lost Isaac Jordan already. Oh, a bunch of people off. Brian Mongron off in the background as well.
Had to go get him a corn dog.
Robert Volt still in position to take the pole here for bronze. Not really racing for anything today. He cannot catch Baroud and cannot be caught by Pat Fortune or Michael Taylor. He will be the runner-up this season. Trying to remember what F1 driver I could make the comparison for second place, but honestly, second place tends to always be up for grabs at the final race of the season in F1.
Fittipaldi.
Would not be Fittipaldi. I don't think he ever finished second in the championship, actually.
He only ever won.
He won twice, and the other times when he didn't win, he was usually, like, not on the pace.
The Squandering Possum.
Just doing some quick championship maths to open things up.
Carry the C, divide by H, add an A.
No.
Champagnes!
All right, silver class. Who is leading the way here? It will be car 815.
Car 54, where are you?
There is the purple people eater, Ron Morley.
Cha-cha. The Grape Soda Mobile. I ain't had no grape soda in a long
Silver
time.
championship is still up for grabs between Sven Van de Velde, Matt Gale, and Costas Cordatis, although Van de Velde does hold a sizable advantage. He is currently sitting on 82 points with 66 each for Gale and Cordatis, so they will have to beat him by multiple places. Dick Post is in fourth on 61, then it's Richard Oakes on 41, 40 for Brian Mongron, 31 for Isaac Jordan, 29 for Kerry Pattenden, 25 for Thomas Boris, Marv Becks on 22, Thomas Wong on 20, and Ron Morley on 6. Ron has not been here since Kyle Almy. Scored a 7th at Indianapolis on home soil. Went to South Africa, came away with nothing, and did not elect to race any of the European rounds. Until today.
Was he protesting the EU? Why can't you be able to pronounce whatever the hell word that is?
What word?
It was like Giuliani. Something like that. There's a billboard that has a weird word on it, and I'm assuming it's Italian.
Well, I'll keep an eyeball out for it.
Even though we are clearly here in soggy old England.
The weather is very English here today.
Rather. I desire fish and chips.
And Matt Gale putting up lap times. Gale to the top of the time charts. Oaks, not so much.
Bring me fish and chips with mushy peas and some curry sauce to dip.
Ron Morley moving to the top of the time charts with a 53-2, and Isaac Jordan immediately takes that.
53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2. 53-2.
Isaac Jordan immediately offended that Ron Morley would put a BMW on pole on Italian soil. Dick Post to the top of the time charts. Sven Van de Velde is second quickest, so the Van Nels now 1-2. Brian Mongron goes third quickest. See what Costas Cordatis has got. So it is Porsche, Nissan, Lamborghini, BMW, and Audi at the top. Although Dick Post really stands alone. He's almost a full second ahead of Van de Velde. Nicholas Post at the top of the time charts.
I say Richard Postal.
Richard Postington.
Brother.
So,
King Richard von Postington, the 14th
Cordatis to the top.
Worcester.
Costas Cordatis taken to the top step of the podium. And it's the rust bucket here in a potentially wet race.
Cha-cha-cha. It's just only going to improve things.
We like it. Richard Oakes is a wet weather specialist. Right now, he's got a much improved lap going, although it's still going to leave him pretty far down the pecking order. 15th place. Here comes Ron Morley. He's got a good lap going. Moving into third place. Currently, Dick Post has got enough to take pole. We'll see if this holds. Comes out of Parabolica a little ugly. Does not quite have enough.
Who's got Paradolia?
Not that it particularly mattered, because honestly, Cordatis is right now out there about a half second faster than his current pole time. So he's not done with that timesheet. We have a late joining of Thomas Boris. Hopefully he gets lap time. Here he comes to the end. Heading into the final section here. Cross Parabolica. He's about 8/10 up. Good lord. The track is getting faster. It has gone from damp to greasy.
Bob Greasy?
That is helping out everybody right now who still has laps out on track. Richard Oakes is up. Oh, he seems to be abandoning this lap. Not sure what's going on there. Here comes Isaac Jordan. Currently in 7th place. Although with the current pace he's got, he should move up into 3rd or 4th.
404. Go real fast.
Mm-hmm. Will be 3rd. Also an improvement here from championship leader Sven Van de Velde. Should move him up a couple spots. Yep, into 5th place. And Brian Mongron in the other Nissan has got a good lap going as well. Should be about the same spot. Gets up to 6th. Next one to cross the line will be Cordatis. Dick Post is taking the pole back. Congratulations are in order. Costas Cordatis joining the winning options as he... he did not win at Red Bull. Did he? Yes, he did. He won at Red Bull Ring. His first win of the season. This will be, I think, his last chance. He's up 5/10. It would not be good enough to take pole from Post. Last time Post and Cordatis started on the front row, Cordatis obliterated Post. So I wonder how that's feeling for Dick Post right now. Final chance here for Ron Morley. Currently in 7th. He is a little faster, but not enough to really make a difference. Isaac Jordan in behind him will also be on his final lap here. Morley with a good run through Parabolica. Actually, largely, very much improved. Richard Oakes pops up into 7th place. And Morley pops into 4th. Here comes Sven van de Velde. Isaac Jordan crashed, unfortunately.
No.
And Sven should move up into 2nd place with this lap. Actually, 3rd. Behind Cordatis and Post. Brian Mongron should pop up into 4th place. And he does. Thomas Boris currently not connected to the server, so it looks like he is... whatever technical ailment he has is not going to work out for him.
He's just too fast.
Could be. As it stands, Van de Velde would be the champion. Oh, Boris Speck. And Richard Oakes DC'd and came back in. And it's starting at the back. Interesting. Not sure what's up with that. 2 mandatory pit stops today. You can tell by the 2 in the orange. And of course, there are penalties being handed out here for the success ballast and so on. Costas Cordatis, Robert Volt, the winners at Red Bull Ring, getting their penalties for success.
Boo, you're the worst. Because you're the best. Everybody gets a 19-second penalty.
This also makes you the worst. And Richard Oakes with a 5-second penalty, possibly for a penalty. So any people you've got a good feeling about here today, Byron?
I believe Christian Fengler is going to win because he left a cool emoji on pictures of my cat.
Wrong server.
Oh, my bad.
He's up in server 1.
Well, I mean, okay, fine. Robert Volt's got a pretty nice paint job, and also I do enjoy the blue Monty Python car. So, clearly, best paint job will win.
Lucio Condi would like us to know his livery is not working. Yeah, I said that.
It works just fine. It stayed on the car.
We have not been to Misano in the notes I have here before. Now I'm sure we have, but I have only championship standings back to 2000 or back to season 16. So I do not know who won last time we were here.
I believe it was the fans.
Not wrong. Monza usually very fan friendly. That's good. Nixon's pro-family.
Nixon with charisma.
I could rule the universe. GIF. Raise the president up to about nipple high. All right, today's starting grid for the finale of the season. Dick Post will start on pole in the 188 Porsche, followed by the 667 BMW of Costas Cordatis. The second Van Nel car, the 413 Nissan of Sven van de Velde, and fellow Nissan brand mark number 77 Brian Mongrand on row 2. Row 3, it'll be the Audi of Matt Gale, looking to try and snag a championship here. Ron Morley was going to start alongside him, but has elected to start from the pit lane. Isaac Jordan will start from will start behind him as a result in the Lamborghini 404. Then it is Robert Volt in the 405 and the 445 of Hobart Rallywell. Pat Fortune in the 154 Lamborghini. Bronze champion Adrian Marood in the Ferrari will start behind him in the 416. Jos van de Velde in the 603, the other Van Nel car. The top qualifier in the well, it was D. Hines, but it looks like D's going to start for the pit lane as well. A couple of weird choices here to start for the pit lane. Lucio Condi, as a result, gets bumped up a spot. He will be followed by Chris Stancer and Idris Cahill. Then it'll be J.J. Zimmerman in the Track Tool Lamborghini. Stipo in the Ferrari. Michael Taylor in the IT Taylor Motorsports Ferrari. Clinton Strobel in the Method Racing Team BMW. Cobus Meinhardt in the McLaren for McLaren Racing. Werner Jacobs in the Draper Racing La Mercedes, the lone Mercedes in the field. Thomas Boris has connected and will start from 21st place in his FR Racing McLaren. And then there is Richard Oakes, who started from the pit lane and is trying to catch up. And Ron Morley and D. Hines in the pit lane for, respectively, Purple People Eaters and the Stunt Possums.
Stunt Possum, check it and see.
He's got a fever of 103. Although in this case, he's got a tire temperature of 103.
But Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius, most likely.
Gross. That's hot enough to make ramen.
I don't know what a proper tire temperature is in these cars. I know what because the goal is always the PSI. And you use a color gradient to tell if your tires are too hot or not. I don't actually know what the temp is.
I believe the correct temperature is -3.
Definitely not that.
Saves on tire wear.
Probably not, actually. Probably be like next to no grip and you would flat spot every tire. To ask D. Hines if he pops in for an interview, what's the deal with starting from the pit lane after you worked hard for that pole position?
I believe he is just going to try and carve his way up all the way through everybody.
It's a bold plan. See if it works out.
And or maybe he had to pee.
Could be. Cordatis in the Nissans looking to hunt down Dick Post. Row 3 belongs to Matt Gale. And it was going to belong to Ron Morley, but he's starting for the pit lane. Here we go down to Variante Primara for the first time. Jos van de Velde and Stipo have added themselves to the pit lane. So a lot of pit lane starters here today. Here we go. Dick Post in the lead. Who's going to make a horrible, horrible move? Matt Gale off to a terrible start in the background there. The Audi has been swallowed up by the field. So far, so good. Do you have a yellow flag out for Pat Fortune. Let's see what happened to him. Stunt Possum Lambo in the inside there. Gets a little contact with Rallywell, and then Matt Gale finishes him off.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to have to place that one on Gale.
He's a very naughty boy.
A little bit. I think we'll be getting a lot of the Helicam today. Richard Oakes has had a phenomenal start after having to start from the pit lane. He's up into 13th place already, and contact between Zimmerman and company. Oh boy, let's see what happened there. So Zimmerman, Richard Oakes, and it's it's Boris and Condi that got into it, and Pat Fortune is once again a innocent bystander. At the front is Dick Post leading from Costas Cordatus, Brian Mongron. Robert Volt is up into 4th place, followed by Hobart Rallywell. Isaac Jordan is in 6th, followed by Adrian Maroon, phenomenal start. Sven van de Velde, a bad start, along with Idris Cahill and Matt Gale are fighting it out over 8th place. Good start for Cahill, bad start for Van de Velde and Matt Gale.
Me.
And Dick Post is in the pits already. So my only thought there is he's screwed up what tires he's on, or has put in way too little fuel. These are the two options I can think of. That will give the lead to Cordatus.
Maggle, is it true that if Matt Gale wins, he will be gifted a shrubbery?
Boris, Fortune, and Van de Velde in the pits. And indeed he would be. We have lost a car. Entirely sure whom it is. Number of cars in the pit lane, actually. Both Van Nel top runners. Actually, all 3 Van Nels are in the pits. Along with Thomas, Boris, and Steepo, and Pat Fortune. Van Nel's going for some kooky strategy, maybe. Rain is going to pick up in 5 minutes, so and then Lesson in 15. So it's going to be an interesting time figuring out what strategy to roll. Cordatus leads from Mongron, Volt, Rallywell, Jordan, Maroon, Cahill, Gale, Oakes, and Meinhardt your top 10. Gale making a move there on Idris Cahill for 7th. And no, we haven't lost a car, actually. It's just that the 24th place car gets cut off unless we're down here, and then the first place car gets cut off.
Well, first place doesn't really matter.
So there's only 23 spots on the tower. That's why I was not seeing who was at the back.
I think they should allow for as many cars as
Isaac
are on the
Jordan
track
made a
on the
move
tower.
Albert Rallywell, and Rallywell kind of wants to take a shot back at him.
And then just make the font smaller
Thomas
with
Boris
more cars.
Joining after his pit stop. So he's fallen off the lead lap. Chris Stancer's in. A number of cars pitting early. As perhaps the drivers have made miscalculations as far as the weather is concerned.
These are possible truths.
Possible truths of Baby Kidna.
The Platypus. Platypus is endangered. And of course, everybody's favorite, Creepy Dave.
Robert Volt has posted the weather report for the server. Sunny, rain, heavy rain, sunny, monsoon. We are in for an interesting day.
Deploy the hurricane.
Nobody's got the read of this weather. I'll just say that much. Warner Jacobs getting relegated a couple spots there. Ron Morley is in the trap. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like it's going to be just on his own some here. Yup. Misses breaking point. And the most recent person to duck into the pit lane is Hobart Rallywell. Cordatis continues to lead. Not that it means anything. With as chaotic as this weather is going to be, the winner of this race is not going to be known until like the last lap. You could be leading this race for the entire time and just suddenly get effed by the weather the way this is going. More pit stoppers. Michael Taylor's in. And we got a battle between J.J. Zimmerman and Lucio Condi for third place in class.
I am being gnawed upon.
Matt Gill going for the overtake on Adrian Marud. He's through. Marud didn't make that too hard. And I see the Goose has made his presence felt.
Correct. He's all snuggled up in the basket, and I reached over and scratched his forehead, and he whipped his mouth around and decided my finger was chewable.
I mean, in fairness, you kind of earned that one.
I did not. I wasn't provoking him at all. I was being very gentle and kind.
The Goose disagrees.
He's just sort of like that. I'm sure Lucio Condi would come to my defense.
Well, he's currently attacking J.J. Zimmerman, so he needs to worry about J.J. Zimmerman's defense.
It's the Zimmerman. No one's oversteering.
Oh, it's pretty good that time, actually. Pretty clean.
Michael, is it true?
Man, no one sympathizes.
Correct. Michael, is it true that the winner of this race, and thus the championship of the world, gets 3 solid handfuls of Monopoly money?
Possible. I don't know what kind of backroom deals are in play.
Interesting. Perhaps even McDonald's Monopoly pieces.
I keep getting a Monopoly, Simpsons Monopoly ad on like my various YouTube stuff.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't get YouTube ads, but I was seeing them a lot yesterday during the fights.
Lucio Condi looking to make a move here again on J.J. Zimmerman as they head down to Ascari, side by side. And, whoa, too much heat. Zimmerman will hang on to 11th for now. He's looking pretty good today in a chaotic situation. Adrian Marud putting a lap on Stipo, who is one of our early pit stoppers.
And cue the huge hailstones.
It wouldn't surprise me. Probably not, though. It's 27 degrees track temp, 24 degrees overall, so I don't think we're getting any hail. Thomas Boris is navigating through the styrofoam. And D. Hines is recovering from something. What happened to you, D? Off the circuit there. Coming out of, I think that's Lesmo 2. sure if someone gave him a little helping hand there, or if that was his own doing. Ron Morley is up on the back of Werner Jacobs. Mercedes v BMW. The German rivalry. Actually, I'm pretty sure Porsche versus Mercedes, but the German rivalry.
What about VW versus the Zonda?
No.
Little Beetle versus the Zonda. Let's go.
BMW has a surprisingly limited racing pedigree, honestly, for the big three of
Really?
German motorsports.
Deploy the Lexus.
They don't really have any like F1 success to speak of. They got one championship, which they got as Brabham's engine supplier back in '83. Had a very good engine through the '80s during the turbocharged era, but otherwise not really much success. Some sports car success, obviously. Not really anything to speak of in the rally department or the WEC department. The like prototypes, endurance racing. It's kind of been Porsche and Mercedes' thing on the high end. And of course now we have Audi in F1 right now. As Morley gets alongside and says goodbye.
Will they soon be promoted to F-Zero?
I do miss F-Zero.
It was a good time.
They really kind of stopped making games for that after the GameCube, which was weird.
Yeah. Video game companies are weird.
It's a very solid game. The N64 game was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
The GameCube game, I think, failed because it was like trying to make a storyline for it a little bit more. It didn't really work out.
That also was on the GameCube.
Hey, don't knock my GameCube. Super Smash Brothers Melee, sir, and Mario Power Tennis.
I tapped out on Nintendo after the N64 because all they did was make the controller more complicated and less useful.
That I will say. Yeah, the GameCube controller does have some problems, but I did appreciate the C-Stick additions for Smash Brothers. I became known as Dr. C-Stick. I became known as Dr. C-Stick because I just, would just C-Stick the living shit out of you. Dr. C-Stick when people were being polite. You C-Stick whore.
Mr. C-Stick if you're nasty.
And the doctor part was because I kept playing Dr. Mario and making endless medical puns. Take 2 of these, and if you survive, call me in the morning.
Take 2 of these and try not to explode.
Pretty much. His pills, when you minimize people, his pills were bigger than people. That and Marth were pretty much my 2 go-to characters.
Were you very good at Marthmatics?
Mm-hmm. Also play Roy a little bit, because Roy was just like a more powerful form of Marth, but slower. But Marth was definitely better than Roy.
What about T-Hawk?
Didn't have T-Hawk.
Gold in it.
I did enjoy that we had Falco Lombardi from Star Fox, though. Chris Stancer looking to catch up to D. Hines, who was having a rough day after taking pole. I've seen him in a sand trap on 2 occasions. And the Lamborghini will, for the time being, hold off the Ferrari. The bull versus the horse. Isaac Jordan tumbling through the order. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like it's going to be self-inflicted. Yep.
Whee!
Lost it coming out of Ascari.
Good old
Lucio
hydroplane.
Conti on the attack against J.J. Zimmerman once again.
Deploy the submarines.
Deploy the all-terrain vehicles.
That'd be cool. Everybody get on like a little caboodle.
By the way, fastest lap of the race belongs to a bronze driver, Robert Volt. Only one into the 54 so far.
Because of the paint job.
It could have something to do with it.
Paint job equals good.
Never underestimate the power of a good paint job.
Direct.
Oop, Zimmerman screws
Get him!
up into
Get him! Yeah, fuck him up.
Primara shuts the door and then loses control of the car. So instead of defending against Condi, he's actually going to lose a spot, I think, to Ron Morley here. Yeah.
The suspect was involved in a low-speed collision.
So it drops from 11th down to 13th.
How about that purple guy coming right out of the pits?
It's pretty much at the back of the two stoppers, though, so not having a great day. But unlike everybody who's pitted for their first pit stop, he's got 2 pit stops to try to help him navigate this crazy weather we got going on here. We do have a reduction in rain coming up in 5 minutes.
Hope everybody put the chains on their tires today. Because we're going to have 3 feet of snow.
Costas Cordatis continues to lead and trying to do the best he can to keep his championship hopes alive after winning at the Red Bull Ring. Is this really a championship challenge, or is this basically just Alan Jones at the end of 1979?
What about Kamal Ataturk?
Now, I will say Alan Jones at the end of 79 was a statement of intent. He won like the last 3 races, and then it was like, I'm taking the title in 1980. And he did. Pardon me. He took 4 of the last 6 races at the end of 79, and then would go on to indeed win the title in 1980, winning 5 races for the Abilad Williams Racing Team.
This is about Abu Dhabi?
Williams. A.K. Williams.
Wilhelms in Abu Dhabi?
Abilad is a bank in Saudi Arabia.
Very nice.
I will say one of the uglier Williams liveries of all time is that livery. Best Williams livery, answers on a postcard. I'm afraid I'm going to get heat if I say what my favorite one is, because it's not the one that people generally think of as the best. Because a lot of people like the 1990s Rothmans and Cannon liveries. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They are good. But they are not top notch, in my opinion.
Michael views them as being bottom notch at best.
I actually really, really like the 2000 Williams BMW.
Does it just have a whole bunch of guys named William on it?
No.
It should.
Ron Morley putting the pressure on Lucio Conti, looking to continue the Purple People Eaters charge. Now, mind you, not my favorite all-time livery or anything. Like, my favorite all-time liveries, we've been through this, the late 90s Jordans are, oh, so nice. So nice. And the 2000 to 2002 Arrows liveries are also very nice. And the half season of Spiker also had very nice liveries.
Wicca. What about Marlboro?
Never was a big fan of the Marlboro cars.
What about Newports?
Get a caught in a Newport. What about the Honey Nut Cheerio?
Omar driving. Caught in a new boat.
Worrying about you be like worrying about if the sun will come up. You might miss me. With this count? At this range? Even if I miss, I can't miss.
It's all in the game, baby.
Today's theme for the broadcast is definitely The Wire. And specifically Omar Little.
Should we nickname somebody the Bunk?
The Bunk. Overtake there for Ron Morley. I'd say Ron Morley is definitely the Bunk.
I would say at this point, yes.
He is a sharp-dressed motherfucker.
And may or may not be drunk.
What kind of man knows this much about clothes? It's called an adult. Race leader Cordatus is coming up to the back of some lapped traffic. In this case, Jos van de Velde. We have a yellow flag out for Chris Stancer. Let's see what's happened to him. It's one of the stunt possums with him. And just gets nudged into a spin.
It's fine.
Mostly a racing incident, but...
Oh, that was almost not fine.
Yeah, the rejoin was almost not good. Brian Mongron has picked up some ground because Jos van de Velde is proving to be a bit difficult to get rid of here on the blue flags.
Monsoon Racing, very nice.
And,
very funny, boys.
BMW is now under pressure from Godzilla.
Here he comes again and again.
I'm not telling Jos how to drive or anything because he hasn't done anything wrong. This being said, I think this kind of blue flag behavior is what develops you a bit of a reputation amongst other drivers. Legal, but not cooperative. We'll put it that way. And it looks like this straightaway should see the two leaders, the battle for the lead, clear him as they head down.
There you go, 18 wide.
Variante Renafio. Side by side for the lead, Nissan versus BMW. Robert Volt coming in the background! And that's kind of how you get dive bomb like that, Jos. I gotta say that. That being said, that was entirely on Robert's fault. If Robert had caused an accident there of more... Oh, we have a server blip. And we're back.
Tremendous.
Let's see if a couple people got caught up by the blip. Ron Morley's off, Thomas Morris, and Pat Fortune. All right. So as things settle down, Costas Cordatus continues to lead. Ron Morley dropping through the order as he tries to figure out how to get out of this corner. And Brian Mongron, he's going to go to return to pits, or RTD. There is Robert Volt. Jos van de Velde is lapping someone, possibly? Who is that? That is Pat Fortune. He's in dead last place. So Volt already has dive-bombed Jos once. And that'd be the thing, is if I was Jos, I would probably just let Robert go. This is not your fight. This is a different class of car. This is a guy at a very different point in the race. There we go. Let's it through.
I, however, would stress Robert.
Worth noting, however, of course, Jos is fighting. Jos's teammate Sven and son. Sven is fighting for the title against Costas Cordatus. So, you know, he may secretly be wishing for Brian Mongron to have a little success. You know. Into primary again.
Canada.
Can the Nissan go around the outside? I'm gonna say no. That's a tough ask. Rain continuing to lessen for the next 5 minutes, but in 15 minutes, it is coming back strong. Track is still shown as damp, which is generally wet tires, but with a relatively dry setup, generally works out. Lucio Conti is hunted down and overtaken Clinton Strobel. We'll see if we can get that on replay. Just over 15 minutes back. My apologies, Lucio. You might have had a cool overtake, and we missed it. And into the pit lane goes Brian Mongrand. Not alone. That is D. Hines as well as Robert Volt taking this opportunity to get a pit stop in. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. This feels like an odd spot. Maybe they feel like they need to make some changes to deal with the lessening rain, but the rain is just coming back at full strength in about 15 minutes. I'd have stayed out there, unless the car was feeling really unstable.
Just forgot. Oh my goodness!
Destroying some styrofoam.
Maybe he forgot to put the wet tires on.
Well, he didn't go to the pits, so.
No, I meant Robert Volt.
Oh. I doubt it. He was up in third place.
Maybe it was just sheer.
Drive-through
Maybe
penalty
it's driving
for Brian
between the
Mongrand.
raindrops.
That'll be for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh my god! What a dirty player.
Delays our Canadian brethren. Come on, he's racing under Monsoon Racing, and he's Canadian. We got to cheer. We're required to cheer for him.
How soon? How soon is Monsoon?
It's coming. Mongrand rejoining the race ahead of Lucio Conti, but of course has that drive-through he must serve in the next 3 laps. Yellow flag out for Stipo. I suspect this is just going to be, this is just getting Variante del Roggia wrong. And straight lining it a little bit. So Cordatis leading from Matt Gale, Adrian Maru, Richard Oakes, Isaac Jordan, Cobus Meinhardt's up into 6th place. Then it is Mongrand, top of the team, drivers who have pitted once. Lucio Conti, Clinton Strobel, and J.J. Zimmerman. Shout out to J.J. Zimmerman. You're having a great race, boss. Doing phenomenal work. Stancer putting the pressure on Jos van de Velde. This is for 17th place. Van de Velde making a mistake there. Variante de Roggia. You do that too many times, and those big curves will take their vengeance. We do have some more pit stops going on. Cobus Meinhardt's in. Drive-through being served by Mongrand. I don't know. This is not really the type of point in the race I'd be pitting. I mean, I know the plan might have been for this because 2 pit stops, 90-minute race, 30. As your 3 stints. But I don't know. I'd want to hang on until the heavy rain comes and see how the car settles, and if there are any alterations needed. That would just be my thought. Dick Post is on the tail of Robert Volt.
Just went in for corn dog. That's about it.
The This is now a battle for the top spot of the guys who have made their first pit stop, with Mongrand serving his penalty. Cordatus pits for the lead. Porter Jacobs
Leading for the win.
And the lead will be handed over to Matt Gale. I really like the spot that Matt Gale, Adrian Marood, Richard Oakes, Isaac Jordan, Lucio Condi, Clint Strobel, JJ Zimmerman, and Co are in right now. They have not pitted. They have the most ability to react to the weather as it comes. I think that they have pulled off the best part of this opening third. But we'll see. Interesting to see 3 iron cars, actually, in Condi, Strobel, and Zimmerman running around without much issue.
I mean, if they're made out of iron, they're probably heavier,
Zimmerman
able to deal with the wet conditions.
Dick Post looking to make the overtake happen here. And they will overtake Cordatus. Of course, he had the 10-minute success penalty to serve, so not surprised. This is the stint where he needs to do his best driving. And he would really like it if Robert Volt can hang on to this battle against Dick Post for a bit. Aston Martin v Porsche. Post is doing the flashy headlights, and the thing is, Dick, he does not have to get out of your way. You're battling for position here. I know you're in different classes, but this is a positional battle. And it's not like Volt is doing anything. He's second place in bronze in general. He's not racing for anything in the bronze department. Doesn't really matter where he comes in. So he's here with the free hand. Can't catch Marood, but no one can catch him. Speaking of Marood, he's in the pit lane.
He's in for a Marood awakening.
Dick Post looking to make the move here. Into Parabolica, that is Steepo they're coming up on. And we have another server glitch.
Seems to be going around.
Let's pick up our Post battle. And Post is going for the move. Gives a little hip check. Gets the job done. Ryan Mongrand rapidly catching up to... Oh, Marucci's coming out of the pits. That would be why. Matty Gale leading. Knights, who to say knee? Racing?
Knee.
Knee. I'd like to go to their team boss, the Shrubbery, at the moment. Oh, God. Server's having real issues today.
All the rain.
Either that or I'm having issues. Like, these are the two choices. And seeing as my ping to the server is, quite good, I'm going to blame the server.
Seems justified.
Robert Volt looking to fight back. Oh, wait, that was Steve Weston. Never mind. Never mind. We have lost a car. Appears to be Thomas Boris, who's listed in 19th place on the server, but my race control does not see. So there may be maybe something going on there. Oh, and the tower has upgraded to reflected he's not here. He's been having internet connections all season long, so can't say I'd be shocked. Strobel in the pits. He's had a good day. Really solid day for the South African driver. He'll be looking... Oh, okay, never mind. It's like Spongron going in the pits. No.
Yes,
So
everybody in the pits.
Strobel will be looking to come out around J.J. Zimmerman, who is making his way through Ascari as we speak. Headed for... Oh, never mind. He's got a ways through. He's still got to go through Ascari yet. Yeah, Strobel will get out way ahead of him, I think. Strobel gets a drive-through penalty. That'll be for speeding in the pit lane.
I think all the problems we're having here with the server could be just totally erased if we just had more rain.
Well, in about 5 minutes, you can get your wish.
Ha-cha-cha.
And Strobel, actually, it's going to be a stop-go 30. That's going to hurt. Isaac Jordan's up on the tail of Richard Oakes. This is a battle for second place at the moment. Of course, they have yet to pit. I still say the guys who've yet to pit are in the driver's seat here. They are the most reactive.
Will they explode?
They have the most levers to correct for the weather. And especially with that heavy, heavy rain coming in 15 minutes. That's going to be important, I think. Michael Taylor having a spin. Let's see what happened to the Ferrari. Yeah, just kind of lost it coming out of Ascari. We've seen others do that before. Meantime, Isaac Jordan and Richard Oakes are battling. Oh, hang on. They've both gone off the track. What has happened there? Let's see here. Heading into Primara. Whoa, they got kind of caught out by one of the lap cars. That was Chris Stancer. And the two of them have to rejoin after a little bit of hairiness. Up ahead, then, that is Stancer and Jos van de Velde. They're battling for position, so they have a right to do their thing. Couple battles going on. Maroud's still up on Mongrand's tail as well. Still seems so weird seeing Isaac Jordan, who I really associate with front-engine cars, driving a Lambo. They do clear Stancer.
Does the Lambo have the engine in the back rear quarter panel?
Well, the back part, yes, but not the rear Corvette.
Specifically directly over top of the left rear wheel.
You see those vents on the top.
Maybe.
Get the helicam. Perhaps this will assist.
Is that why they call it the event door?
Well, this one's the Huracan.
2 vent, 2 door.
I can't get a good camera view, but I was gonna say it's where the vents at the top. That's where the engine is.
Fair enough.
Gale continues to lead from these two guys. Condi and Post rounding off the top 5. Top 4 have yet to pit it. We've got 2 pit stops to go. 1 pit stop for basically everybody else. Mongrand is off. See what happened to Nissan. Battling with Adrian Marood, but I suspect this will be self-inflicted. Yeah. Got the entry to Variante Redifilio quite a bit off. Lambo go around the outside of the Porsche? No. Ironically, the Porsche and Lamborghini are actually related companies at this point because, of course, the Volkswagen family owns both of them.
Oh, goodness. I can't wait to see the new high-speed Volkswagen Beetle.
Porsche,
the
Audi,
crossover.
Volkswagen, Lamborghini, all kind of under the same roof at the moment. Although, my understanding as far as the business model is concerned is that there's a great deal of autonomy for the various brands. Unlike, say, General Motors, who are a little bit more regimented with their acquisitions.
They generally only buy things that have motors.
True. Debatable, though. Debatable. My disappointing learn for the year as far as automotive is concerned is that currently Alfa Romeo is owned by Stellantis, and that means that they're part of the same family as like Dodge and shit. That feels wrong. Feels wrong. Finding that out while doing my my various rally spec hunting.
Tune in next week and they'll have the Camaro Porte.
Well, it wouldn't be the Camaro Porte. That's Chevy. It'd be...
Same thing. The Dart Deporte.
The Dart Deporte. I do love the Dodge Dart that was on Bull Run. Hey, it was a green color, so you know I'm on it. It was a father and son team, and while listing through the teams, the two ladies who were driving the Lexus are like, you get the feeling that the Dart guys are just really concerned about their car falling apart.
A Gale. We've got the Matt and the Holy Gale. We've got monsoon season coming here so Lancelot will have to get in out of the rain.
Hines and Chris Stancer officially achieved their pit requirements. Stipo also.
Ooh, I just noticed we're up to 400 subscribers on the nose. Well done. All my bullying has come to fruition.
Keep it coming.
Bully.
Bully. And race leader Matt Gale's in the pits. That'll hand the lead to Richard Oakes, assuming he does not pit. And he is not. Going for another round. Yellow flag out for Warner Jacobs. Ooh, that front end looks like it's had a number done on it. Not going to get a good view here. He just straight line Primara. So whatever damage he's done to his front was done before this. He may want to consider getting the Draper Mercedes into the pit lane. Speaking pit lane, Lucio Condi is in. Actually be doing next weekend. I will be doing some race commentary producer work. I will just be controlling the cameras. No one will hear me.
All right, Mike, say that word both forwards and backwards.
What, producer?
No, the one on the wall.
Oh, I missed it again.
God damn it.
Okay, but I know where it is now. I know where it is on the track.
I don't believe you.
Well, we just went through... If we look at the map here, we just went through Ascari. So the whatever you're talking about is right before Ascari.
Right
between
over the escarpment.
Lesmo 2 and Ascari. We can definitely work through this. Hang on, let's see if we get a car that's going through there. 405. Robert Volt, you are our man. We think Helicam will be the best bet? We're looking for the billboard. Don't see the word we're talking about.
You wouldn't.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
It's not in Cyrillic. You wouldn't understand.
I understand things that are not in Cyrillic. Pretty sure everyone from Yugoslavia does, actually. We're very much a multilingual, multi-alphabet people.
Can you speak Sanskrit?
Multilingual does not mean all languages, sir.
How about Aramaic?
No. Robert Volt in for his second pit stop. Interesting. He was in for his first not too long ago. Must not be liking something with the car.
Probably forgot to put the wet tires on.
I hope not. I think we would have seen him off the track if that was the case. I would pimp out the stream I'm going to be doing next weekend, but I actually do not know where the hell we're broadcasting the thing. Somebody's Twitch channel. I know this much.
Shawinigan. 667, the number of the beast. I'll just
basically be controlling the cameras on his computer while things are going on, and the two commentators will be talking and watching what I show them.
Make sure you show them the trees. That word right there. Say that.
In Granagi?
Wrong. Maybe. You're probably right. It's the, like, triple G's and quadruple N that throws me
I
off.
only saw 2 G's.
There are only 2 G's.
We'll see if it pops up again, but now I know where it is. It's on the bridge. So
That's
it'll
true.
be easier to find. Cordatus is in for his second pit stop. A bit early on these second pit stops, I must say. Given the I guess the weather is cracking down. Robert Volt had a moment, it looks like. Let's let him relive his shame. Yeah, he got a little too wide on Lesbos there.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to get too wide on your Lesbos, my friend.
We don't body shame here.
I'm not body shaming.
You talk about wide Lesbos here in Pride Month? I don't know.
Just saying. Talk about the corner. Talking about Shaft.
Well, that's okay then.
Now, speaking of pit stops, I would, if I was Richard Oakes, probably have done a pit stop by now. He's still got his 2 pit stops to solve. Definitely hold that second one in reserve for like a random, for like that final bit of weather forecast. But I would get in right about now, as the track is going to be drying out a little bit, and apparently the rain letting up in 15 minutes.
15? I don't know. I think it should make it harder. More rain.
Because you do have to make use of your 2 pit stops. It's not like you're limited to 2 pit stops. You must do 2 pit stops.
Just only pit stop.
But the guys who are coming in now, I think, are making a mistake. This track, I think, is going to get drier towards the end. And you're going to want the data of how that track is developing. So looking at Cordatus, Volt, Mongrand, Stancer, Stipo, Hines, and Jacobs. I think you guys have gone too early. Maybe you didn't have a choice, because I know a couple of guys had to pit like in the first 3 laps. But I think you've effed up.
Remember, you have to do 2 pit stops, but no one says that you can't just only pit stop. You could just sit there, chill out, have some beverages.
Actually, there is a requirement to do some things to get a mandatory pit stop to count.
Wow. Must do half a lap.
Brian Mongrand found that out the hard way at Valencia. I remember the whole Valencia, I'm going, Brian's up front. Does he realize he's not actually officially pitted? Like, I know he went in the pit lane, but does he know that he's not pitted?
You go out, you do a lap, you have like
and the answer was he did not know that he had not pitted.
You go out, you do a lap, you have a nice 45-minute pit stop, go out, do a lap.
Cost him quite big, because it dropped him down to 6th place in the pecking order at Valencia. And that was a track he had pole and was looking very strong at. Mongrand's had the weirdest of seasons that you could have, I think. He's been clearly quick. Clearly has the speed. But, like, things have just not crumbled his way. He's got an 8th place, 6th place, 7th place, and just 1 podium to show for it. That being a 2nd place at Wilton Park. That was the only time things didn't go wrong for him. He's also had 3 pole positions and has taken 1 podium. It wasn't off the pole. Because the pole at Wilton Park went to Sven van de Velde. Very much is having the Ayrton Senna season back in like 1986, where he had the most podiums or poles of anybody, but ended up like 4th in the championship. behind the two Williamses, and Alan Prost, the luckiest champion in F1 history on that one. Have I ever told you the story of his 89 title?
I don't know.
So
Maybe.
Prost comes into the 89 season finale behind both the Williams drivers, or like maybe ahead of one and behind the other. And the two Williams are running 1-2, and they're going to win the championship, and it's all good. And then Nigel Mansell's wheel fails, like the tire falls off, like it deflates. And Williams pits Nelson Piquet because, like, well, shit, we don't want that to happen to Piquet. And that puts Prost in front, and because his tires do not explode, he wins the championship.
Stood around in the pits, go default.
It's not default. We work hard for that one, but it's definitely. I think he's always listed that as his favorite championship because it was the one time he won without having the best car. And then he talks about '93 being his like most shameful. Oh, server glitch, and we're back. Pat Fortune hits the brakes as the server glitch forces him to reconfigure himself. Clinton Strobel and Ron Morley also having a problem. Ron Morley's gotten the worst end of each of these server glitches. He's ended up off the track each time. Robert Volt's cut up to the back of Jos van de Velde for 11th place. Keep in mind, Volt has pitted twice. Van de Velde still has a pit stop, and it looks like he's just going to let him through. Brian Longron in behind will probably get a similar treatment. 93 is Prost's general considered like worst title by even him, because he said it very simply. I've never had a car that deserved to win the title more than the 93 Williams, and I got way less out of it than I should have. It's part of the reason he elected to retire after winning the 93 title. Which makes him, I believe, the second most recent guy to retire off of a championship win. Most recent, of course, being 2016 Nico Rosberg. Won the belt and walked out the door.
Sounds like a good idea.
I actually did see a good clip from the How I Met Your Mother show, which I do generally not like, having watched a couple because my girlfriend was into it at the time. But there was a good clip of, I'm going for the belt. What are you talking about, the belt? Oh, you mean it's a metaphorical belt? No. We made the championship belt. Jacob's having some problems. He has made his final pit stop. Trying to get a look at his front end to see if it's looking good. Because last time we saw him, yeah, it looks okay. The front end was a little bit effed up. Dick Post takes the lead from Richard Oakes, who rejoins the festivities. In second place, maybe? We'll see if Gale can overtake him here. No. He'll get out. Okay. So with one pit stop to go between them, it is Dick Post leading from Richard Oakes, Matt Gale, Isaac Jordan, Adrian Marood. That's your top five. Now, I would also say Costas Cordatis, Robert Volt, and Brian Mongron, who've done both their pit stops that are running 10th, 11th, and 12th, are still threats to probably take to factor into the win here. Sven van de Velde, Idris Cahill, Lucio Condi, and Hobart Rallywell, a little too far behind. But they do have the advantage over Cordatis and Company, because Cordatis and Company cannot make another pit stops without losing a bucket load of time. And if the track starts to dry out, having that last pit stop, as the top 9 do, as well as Kobus, Meinhardt, Jos van de Velde, JJ Vanderbilt, Zimmerman, JJ Vanderbilt. Who am I thinking of with JJ Vanderbilt?
I mean, JJ Vanderbilt.
Well, who is that? Is that somebody?
Tycoon. He was one of the guys in the early 1900s that really messed a lot of things up.
Yeah, that probably is it. Also possibly thinking of MJ from the challenge, who went to Vanderbilt.
Ooh.
There are layers to this potential. Yeah, I felt. But Michael Taylor, Clinton Strobel all have that pit stop still to try to navigate a potentially very dry track.
All right, now cue the sandstorm blowing in from the Sahara, and we can have a nice muddy track. Mud bugging time.
Now I'm just thinking of the dumbest reason somebody's ever been called into elimination in challenge history. Isaac Jordan dropping back. What happened to him? Did he straight line the... yeah, he just messed up the chicane.
Chicane of fools.
Loses to Adrian Marood. And Richard Oakes has been overtaken by Matt Gale. This is not over yet. Oakes is still there. Idris Cahill making his final pit stop. Things are heating up. Jos van de Velde's on the tap back of J.J. Zimmerman. And then probably rammed into the back of J.J. Zimmerman, has broken his front end. So dumbest challenge elimination call out in the history of the challenge. So the season is Duel 2. And the way the Duel 2 works is people basically do a schoolyard pick, starting with the person who won the daily challenge. The last woman and last man standing have to call out somebody for an elimination. So last man standing is a guy named Isaac. A little crazy. A little nuts. A little weird. A little bipolar. Because I swear every scene of him in the show is either him being incredibly chill or incredibly amped, and there's no in the middle. Stop-go penalty for Idris Cahill. That's not good. And he's standing there. And he's on the outside. He knows it, obviously. No one picked him. He's the bottom guy. He's got to make a statement. Now, earlier in the episode, a guy named Landon cut off his toenail because it was really long and bugging people. It's kind of gross, basically. They got drunk. Isaac passed out. They cut off the toenail. And he calls out Landon for revenge for his toenail. Doesn't go well. Landon doesn't lose eliminations as a general rule. Landon had my best moment on Quest for a New Champion when they brought him back and the guy who he was facing didn't remember who he was. It's like, sorry, I don't really watch the show. I don't know who you are. And Landon's like, real low key, goes up to him, shakes his hand, and goes, my name's Landon. And I win. And that person learned what a four-time champion of the challenge can do.
Good old Landon Ricketts.
Landon Luke. Lucio Condi in for his final pit stop. So it's post Gale, Oakes, Marood, Jordan. I would say any of those five could still win this race.
I disagree. I think we are current Gale. The Gale has not passed. Therefore, we are not post Gale.
And then I would say Cordatus is still in this. He's in 7th place. He has pitted 2 times, so he does not have to pit again. Which means he's essentially 40 plus seconds up the road from where he is now. I would say of the pit stoppers, he's the only one with a shot. I don't think Volt has a chance. I don't think Mongrain has a chance either. I think they're just a little too far behind. But we'll see. Depends how dry this track gets. Because right now it's still wet. If you look at it, let's get the helicam out here. You can see there's a dry line starting to form on the circuit. Depending on what tires you're on right now, you might be hunting for the puddles to keep them dry, or to keep them cold, I should say. You know, cool them down. Moist. Idris Cahill in for his stop go. Down to the sand, Byron. You got to call out someone for a challenge elimination. Who are you calling it?
The guy, I can't remember his name. There was a black dude who I know he was on one of those high suspended over the water type scenarios, and he just was stupid and screwed it all up.
There's a couple that fit that.
Yeah.
The number of people who screwed up heights over water challenges is actually quite long. It's Robert.
Yeah, I do not remember the guy's name, but he always seemed to me to be like you could beat him in a physical challenge, and he couldn't do puzzles.
Yeah, a lot of people can't do puzzles in challenge history.
The puzzle.
Ross Van de Velde in for his final pit stop. There's a reason that during Rivals 1, they literally didn't want to call in Mike Ross and Leroy for an elimination because they were afraid Mike Ross could do puzzles. Hilarious. He's like, I've been told I am the most scary guy here because I can do puzzles. And I believe that Mike Ross can probably do puzzles. He was a very smart, very nerdy dude. Very not suited to the challenge. There's a reason he did one season and one season only. Strobel? Oh, stop go for him. People are messing up their pit lane limiter. It is still wet, but we have no rain coming down, so this is going to dry out real quick. Isaac Jordan, what have you done?
The worst thing possible.
Lesmo 2. Just going to lose the back end.
Swing that booty.
It's going to drop him out of contention, I think, for the win. At least for now. People could make mistakes. Cobus Meinhardt's in the pits. And Mongrand on the tail of Hobart Rallywell, who appears to be struggling quite badly right now, but is probably trying to hang on for the track to start drying out so that he knows what tire choice he wants to make here in the last bit. He got caught and overtaken by Robert Volt, and now it's Brian Mongrand's turn. Hangs on for the time being. The car doesn't seem to be moving around or anything. Let's get on board here. I want to see how this wheel's behaving. Yeah, you can see even on the straightaway, he is having to do a little fight with the car. So, whatever setups he's got right now, that car is not handling this particular set of conditions terribly well. See what he can do. I would want to get the track to about greasy and then come in for dry tires. That would be my plan right now for the guys who still have a pit stop available. Although in Rallywell's case, I might come in now just because that car is driving him a little bit.
Then the ultimate comedy moment is the last 2 minutes of the race will be an absolute deluge.
Dick Post has dropped a couple spots. I don't know what happened to him. His car is not driving right at all. Hang on. We gotta hop on board here.
Oh my god.
What's going on? What's going on, Dick? Watching the wheel. Yeah, it's off center. Okay, so there's been some contact that we missed for Dick Post, unfortunately. He was in first place. He is dropped behind Gale and Oates and Marood as a result. He's staying out. Probably thinking I want to take this to the greasy phase. Get that data. Get what we need to know. And then turn it on for the last bit with dry tires. It's It's pretty much the place I think the top 6 as well as Rallywell, Zimmerman, and Taylor are in right now. Whatever happened to Post, he seems to be able to drive the car. He's putting the pressure back on Maroon to try to get that spot back.
Can't ever go back. We can't ever go back to California. Good news, everyone. Apparently, New York has banned data centers.
Like the state or the city?
I think the state.
Oh.
See if I can find some more information here.
Not like against data centers. I'm just against like the amount of data centers that they're planning to support the AI, you know, binging.
Okay, all right. So, their lawmakers sent a bill to the governor would impose a 1-year ban on permits for all new large-scale data centers in the state. So it's not a law yet, but it's still funny.
Oaks and Post in. Mongrand back up on the tail of Robert Volt. So, unlike Rallywell, I think that Nissan is handling the conditions just fine right now. But we'll see what happens when it gets to Greasy.
Bob Greasy?
No. More like Brian Greasy.
Oh.
Yellow flag out for Idris Cahill. Something just got a little wide. Richard Oaks is coming out. Oh, contact!
Oh, my goodness.
Mongrand gets sent spiraling. I want to see that on replay. Hang on. All right, who am I placing the blame on here? Mongrand goes the inside of Volt. They both overtake. Ah, it's on Volt. Volt turned into him. Robert Volt with the pool shot knocked Mongrand into Oaks. Didn't see that live. Dirty pool, Robert. Maybe not intentionally, but.
Oh yeah, intentionally. Come on.
Hey, I never subscribed to malice. What can be subscribed to just incompetence.
Yeah. Maggle, I came across an interesting football fact for you. Well, football-connected fact. One of the very few people that were at the private memorial service for Burt Reynolds when he died, Doug Flutie. Apparently, it all goes back to like college football and stuff, and I think Doug Flutie went to, or they ran into each other through that somehow. I guess I don't know. I guess they were friends.
Doug Flutie went to Boston College.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't know what the connection is. It's just still pretty cool.
It is cool.
See, FSU coach Bobby Bowden, friend Lee Corso, and quarterback Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie is a bit of a legend. Burt Reynolds is big on beating athletic people. So, there you go.
Good old athletics.
Oh, but Rallywell in the pits. Going back to our topic of dumb challenge callouts, probably still got to put JP on the list for wanting to have the honor of facing CT in elimination. And CG just looking at him and going, "You don't want to do that." Actually, probably as my favorite CT line is from that season, as Sven van de Velde looks to make the move here into Parabolica. Around the outside. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. It depends on the drive off the corner. And it looks like, indeed, the Nissan's go. Oh, well, Jordan's pitting. That kind of makes it not terribly climactic. Also, the pits, Rally Well, J.J. Zimmerman, D. Hines, and Clinton Stroll. So it was War of the Worlds 1, and it was one of those rookies pairing with veteran seasons. And the vets got to pick their rookie. And CT is like, there's so many people around here, and they're like super happy, super eager, super perky. Eyes are bright and full of dreams. That will dim. Post looking to make his move on Robert Volt, having made his final pit stop, and looking to roar back to the front.
So I'm sitting here suddenly, what is that amazing smell? What is that? I take one of my headphones off and I can hear the one of the guys has a push mower. So he just I might have to go take an antihistamine. But so far we're all right.
So far so good.
Just makes me cough. All of a sudden in the last like 3 or 4 years I've noticed that mowed lawns make me cough. Don't know why.
Never had much of a reaction to mowed lawns myself.
Well, me neither. Not until and I couldn't figure it out. Oh, randomly some days I would just start coughing. Uncontrollably for a while.
The yellow flag out for Jos van de Velde. Looks like he's just going to get the exit of Ascari a little run there. Yeah.
Took me a while to put two and two together on that one.
Marood's in, Van de Velde's in. So the only person left that needs to make a pit stop is race leader Matt Gale. Drive-through penalty for Strobel and a stop-go for J.J. Zimmerman. Shame, Zimmerman's had an excellent race. So Gale has the lead. Is a pit stop around these parts. He's got to lead by about a pit stop, so he should come out in front. It'll just be the case. The question will be is how in the groove and how correct is his team able to make these final pit stop measurements and preparations. I would probably look into getting into the pits now-ish. I know that we still have a damp track, but I think I would go with that. Clint Strobel in to serve his drive-through. Could have been a really good day for Strobel, but he's run afoul of pit lane procedure, I think, a couple of times. And that has hurt him. Is Gale leading for Marood, Cordatus, Oaks, Post, Volt, Mongron, Sven van de Velde, Jordan and Condi, your top 10. It's Rallywell, Stancer, Meinhardt, Cahill, Zimmerman, Taylor, Steepo, and Jos van de Velde, D. Hines, Werner Jacobs, Pat Fortune, Clinton Strobel, Ron Morley, and we, of course, have lost from the race. Thomas Boris. And we're going to have another little server hiccup. And we're back.
And here comes the rain again.
Fortune and Morley again getting caught out, as well as Strobel.
Unfortunate.
And Cahill. They really got to figure out what's up with the server hiccup. What's up? Ooh, someone's getting a meatball. That's bad. So somebody's car is damaged enough that the marshals want them to pit. I don't think it was J.J. Zimmerman. This appears to be a willing pit stop. Let's see who else comes in. Matt Gale's in. And the big interest for him is, where is the 416 of Marood? It is coming down the straightaway to Variante Ascari. It's got Ascari and Parabolica to go. Meantime, pit stop for Gale, and it's just a splash and dash, and he's off to the races. He'll come out well clear. Isaac Jordan putting the pressure on Sven Van de Velde. Actually, I think he lost out to Van de Velde not too long ago. They were also battling right before the pit lane. So did the math here for the Silver Championship, because that's the one we're interested in. Van de Velde would win the title here today on 90 points. So Isaac Jordan and him in this battle is very important. You can see the dry line is really formed. Matt Gale would be second on 84. 82 for Cordatus, 75 for Post. And then the top 5 would be finished off by Richard Oakes on 55. So despite not a great run here from Sven, he should take the title.
But what if you multiply by pi?
That doesn't have a function here?
Well, you're no fun. Because I like pie.
Silver, or in the bronze category, it would be, pardon me, it's 84, 84, 86, 84. Ooh, man. So this Jordan fight is really important. If you're not cheering for Sven Van de Velde right now, you are very much cheering for Isaac Jordan to make this overtake happen.
To the death!
In the bronze category, Marood, Volt, Fortune, Taylor, and Rallywell will be the top 5. In the iron category, iron category to be Condi from Jos van de Velde, D. Hines, Stipo, and Cobus Meinhardt in the top 5.
Get him, Crocus.
Oaks picking up a spot on Cordatus. Not overly important for any championship implications, but still a cool overtake. And Jos van de Velde overtaking Stipo, who made a mistake.
It was a happy accident. We went to go see the happy little trees.
JJ Zimmerman's also going to take that spot. Robert Volt with a late pit stop. Interesting.
He's going for the overcut. No, I can't. I don't know.
Could drop him behind Rallywell, maybe. A bit unlikely. Eyeballs are all on Jordan versus Van de Velde. Andrews Cahill is the lapped car ahead of them. If we see an overtake here from... Also, Richard Oakes just taking the fastest lap.
Oh!
If Jordan overtakes Van de Velde, that would put him even with Matt Gale 84 to 84. But he would win on countback. So what Gale needs to do to get the championship is he needs Jordan to overtake Van de Velde and for Gale to set the fastest lap. Essentially.
And the entire time making a souffle. For style points.
Just hunting down the fastest laps here for the iron and bronze category, which would belong to Hobart Rallywell, as also Dick Post makes an overtake on Costas Cordatus. We'll get that on replay. Last time through Primara. Cordatus just kind of messes up the entry there. Overshoots it.
Leaders on final lap now.
Alright, Gale, you need to put on the afterburners and put up the fastest lap here. If you want the title!
Pencils down, you're out of time.
Oaks is also going to take Marood, but that's not actually terribly important. That's not in the same class. That's just Oaks showing off. Gets the job done.
I'm going to have to ditch out before interviews because my mother wants to go buy plants and plant stuff.
No problem.
I'm on board with that.
Checker flag for Matt Gale.
Ha-cha-cha.
He did
Monty
not get
Python
the
wins
fastest
again.
lap, so the championship conversation comes to an end regardless if Jordan gets Van de Velde or not. Unless there are some Stewart actions in the stewarding.
No, so bribes could influence things here.
It's not impossible. Jordan can get him here through the Parabolica. I don't think so. I think Van de Velde is going to hang on to 7th place. And the championship is his. It would have been either way. But he does it in slightly more style, not getting over to... Oh, maybe. Nope, checker flag came out. So in the silver category, it is Gale from Oaks. Post in third place, then Mongron.
That's a lot of debris.
Cordatus has vanished. I think he's still going to beat Mongron. I think I have the results right here. I may not. We'll see.
Be sure to apply the sine and cosine and the tangent.
Indeed. That does us for today, except for the interviews.
Congratulations to everybody for having fabulous paint jobs. Enjoy yourselves. And I'm out. See you in the next season.
Indeed. We look forward to it. Right, I've got my calculations done. We'll see if they're right, I suppose. But a phenomenal and chaotic race here at Monza to finish off the season. And let's get the not the race-winning car, but the championship-winning car on display. Let's show off the KCMG car. I feel like it doesn't get enough love. I think I like the 35 better. All right, we've got Adrian Marood here with his hand up. Adrian, tell us about your race.
Good evening. This was an amazing end to the season. I had no big hopes going into today. I only had time for half an hour of practice before the race, which is never ideal when the conditions are shifting. But I got very, very lucky. Basically, both of my gambles paid off. So I changed to new wets on the first stop because it seemed like it was going to rain for a long time. Then towards the end, I decided to not change to dries, which did lead to me losing out to Richard at the end of the race. Not easy to defend when you're losing 5 seconds a lap because your tires have 0 stopping power and 0 traction. But the prediction from Crew Chief was that I was going to fall down to P7 after the pit stop, but not taking tires. I got out in P2. Tried to defend against Richard, which was relatively hopeless. But yeah, really, really happy with the result. Had a fun race. Stayed out of trouble. And yeah, both gambles paid off, which is the fun part about these races. That it's not always about brains. It's just about going fuck it, we will.
Well, congratulations on finishing off with an overall podium, your 4th in-class victory of the season in a 7-race season. Phenomenal. And an 8-point championship victory at the end of the day over Robert Volt.
It feels all the more sweet to be able to win that last race as well. It makes it a worthy celebration with the special livery and everything.
I must say the special livery being just slightly darker colors of your regular livery, it was a little bit of a letdown.
But it's gold. Instead of gray and yellow, it's black and gold because I took the gold medal in bronze. Like I said last week, the plan with that livery was just to be an obnoxious asshole and going, hey, look at me, I'm the fucking winner.
Look at me, it's gold.
Yeah, basically. So off to silver next season. Had a great fight with some of the silver cars this race. It was a very, very nice warm-up. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Any thoughts of changing car, or the Ferrari has your undying loyalty?
So I haven't actually checked out the tracks. I know they have been made public now. I am still thinking about either the Audi or the Honda. So the choice has not been made yet. Let's see. Looking at the calendar for next season. So Silverstone, Spa, Hungaroring, Imola, Barcelona, Nürburgring, Donington. That's actually a very good Ferrari calendar.
It's pretty solid,
I'll
not
have
gonna lie.
maybe I'll have to stick into the Ferrari. We'll see. We'll see. Both the Audi and the Honda is tickling my fancy. I'll do some testing during the off season, and then who knows what'll happen.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing what happens, what you end up going with, and what you end up making happen.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it. And once again, thank you so much for streaming the race.
No problemo. We're going to go to race winner, Matt Sockscale, the Audi boy.
How you doing?
A victory here today, but it was not enough by my mathematics to take the championship. How do you feel?
Well, I did everything I could on this last race. Yeah, I don't know where the points ended up.
I have you
with the
losing
drop
the
round.
belt. I see you losing the belt by 2 points.
Is that including
86 to
drop rounds?
84. Yep, this is including drops.
Okay, well, it was close. I did all I could. It was a good race.
There was a formula there at the end. Had Isaac Jordan overtook Sven van de Velde, and he was doing his best, and you had taken the fastest lap, the title would have been yours.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it was a good race. I had a bit of a argy-bargy on T2 on the first lap, but other than that, it was fairly clean. I stayed on wets most of the time, and in fact, I stayed on wets the whole time, which was tricky at the end. But I'd taken a lot of fuel early on, and I took more fuel halfway through and took some fresh wet tires, and then I knew I needed to fuel again, and 10 litres of fuel would have given me a 5-second pit stop. Had I changed to dry tyres, it would have been 30 seconds, and I was trying to work out, do I survive will I lose 25 seconds if I stay on wets? And it was tricky, but it was okay.
I think you would have got it, but that's only because I know Adrian, who was in second place, was still on wet tires anyway. So had you just taken the dries, you would have had just the edge over him, period.
Yeah, possibly. I would have had to have done some overtaking, though, I reckon. I would have come out behind him and then had to get past again.
I mean, maybe, but given how easily Richard got past Adrian despite his best efforts, I think it would have happened. So I think at the end of the day, both solutions would have ended up at the same spot. But that is with me knowing Adrian's tire choice, which you could not have known.
We're talking in the race, so we're debating strategies, but it was good fun. It's always good fun on the VC chatting to people, and yeah, congratulations to everyone who kept me honest this season. There was it's been pretty tight up close up the top, and I'll thank Dick Post as well for deciding to face the wrong direction near the end, because I would have been second otherwise. So that was really helpful. And yeah, congratulations to everyone else who's who's up there. I've just seen the chat. But yeah, it was a challenging race with the interesting conditions and the lag. Yeah, there was several points where everyone paused for a second, and luckily for me, most of them hit me on a straight. But yeah,
there was definitely an aspect of luck on that. I feel bad for Ron Morley. He got the wrong side of every single one of those pauses.
Yeah.
I think it ended up in the sand trap every single time.
Yeah, I think he was in the pits for a few laps as well because of that.
Yes. Although, to be honest, I don't think he was overly damaged. I think that was a anger pit stop more than a needed one.
If he was on VC with me, here we had damage. But yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. I think we're getting new servers for next season, so hopefully that will sort it. And yeah, it is what it is.
All right. I mean, I do have to throw it in just to make you think about it, just to let it not nibble on your mind. The correct option probably would have been dry tires, because, like I said, if Isaac Jordan had overtaken Sven van de Velde, you would have needed fastest lap to take the title, and the dry tires would have been the key for that.
And yeah, that maybe I could have got it. I had a purple lap at some point during the race. Volt was getting them early. But,
Dick
yeah,
Post ended up with the purple.
well done. Congratulations. Cool. I'll let someone else have some limelight.
Alrighty,
Thanks for the commentary throughout the season. It's been good.
No problem. Let's get the champ up here. Sven van de Velde. Not exactly covering yourself in glory in the process, but the title is yours.
Yeah, it was not a heroic race. It was bad. Yeah, yeah. We started. We were on a start finish, and it said in 15 minutes it's gonna rain. So Dick and I were like, okay, let's put on slicks. Let's put on like 30 liters or something, and just go. And then immediately pit when it starts raining, and then put on like 130 liters, and then go on wets, and then go the whole race or something. And that didn't went well. So yeah, thanks, Matt. Thanks. So yeah, that's what happened. And at the end, when Isaac Jordan was behind me, I thought, "Where's the oil button?" You know, to. But it was really scary. To be honest, man, like 80% of the race, I thought it was done. Like it was just over. And then, oh man, then the last pit stop came, and I was just like checking the scoreboard, like who's gonna take me, overtake me, but the scoreboard is later, so I exited the pits, and then I was like, oh, I'm third, I'm fourth, this is good, this is really good, and then suddenly I was like sixth, and I thought it was over, but just got it.
Indeed. Had you lost the spot to... Well, if you had lost the spot to Jordan, you still would have won the title on countback. Matt also needed the fastest lap, which is why I was pointing out he needed to go to the dry tires at the end.
Yeah.
Try to go for that fastest lap.
True. Yeah, the problem is my math was just wrong, so I thought it was even closer than it already was. So that's why I was even more stressed out, because I already thought like with Jordan behind me I was gonna lose, I was gonna be second, but then we did some recalculations, and thank God thank God thank God it was a really terrible race. Yeah.
Matt is asking if I enjoyed his livery. I did. The livery was fun.
Yeah. Also, congrats to Matt. I mean, yeah, he had done everything he could do. We had some little, a little, what do you call it? Little fight at the beginning of the season, but he did very very well this season. Very much respect for him, and yeah, it is what it is. I'll let someone else take the stage.
Alrighty. We got JJ Zimmerman, Richard Oakes, Dick Post with their hands up. JJ, I think you've had yours up the longest, so we'll invite you to the stage. JJ, in the early going, you were looking pretty good. The end of the race wasn't terribly kind to you. How do you feel like it went overall?
Well, first at the start, Condi, and I think it was Heinz. I'm not sure. Like it was very first lap where I drove into Condi, gave me suspension damage, but I did manage to push through. Then somewhere along, I think it was lap 8, Condi did a dive bomb. We already did it between ourselves, so no hard feelings to him there. But that ruined pretty much like 30 seconds of damage. And then at the very end, I had enough fuel, and I wanted to try the gamble with dry tires. And then I fucked it, speeding in the pit lane. But I went to the pits, and I drove to the pit lane. The penalty did not vanish. Why? Because it was a stop and go 30 and not a drive through.
Mm-hmm.
That is what pretty much ruined the race for me, but I think it was like P4 in class, I think.
Mm-hmm. I've got you P4.
Yeah. One more lap I probably would have gotten Jos van der Velde, but good race from him. I didn't manage to catch him. So P4.
That'll put you P6 by my math in the overall standings.
Ah, not bad.
Just 2
Alright.
points clear of Clinton Strobel and Werner Jacobs.
Whoa. Well, maybe penalties are gonna change that. Maybe not. We're gonna
Could be.
see. So, have a good night and thank you for streaming.
No problem. All right, then we've got Dick Post, our pole sitter and fastest lap owner of the day.
Hello, good evening.
Or pardon me, Richard Oakes snagged you for the fastest lap right at the end. Pardon me.
Did he?
He did. He went out on those dry tires at the end and it was blistering.
Yeah, same. It's only 1/10. Oh my god. Then it's only 1 point of that means that I'm not third shared position with Cordatus.
Yeah, 1 point behind Cordatus by my mathematics.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because you would have had him on tiebreak.
Yeah, if I had the fast slip.
Well, we'll see. Go and inspect Richard's fastest lap and figure out where he clearly violated track limits.
No, I don't need to do that. But if it's valid on the session, then it's valid, so that's fine. But I think I made a few mistakes. The strategy that Sun and I took was not the best because we thought we would go full push. But afterwards, I just realized we didn't calculate the outlap, which is really slow, which you will take 4 or 5 minutes almost on the Monza. And that was the time that we expected rain. So it started raining immediately at the race. I had to swap from slicks to wets, and I think I lost there the majority of the race because I was leading with quite a big gap, even with that tire swap. So when I crashed, so that was unnecessary, I feel like, but it is what it is. So I tried to take pole position away from Matt Gill because to help Sven out, but also just for myself, of course, to take Cordatus, but it didn't work out at the end. But that spun what Matt Gill thanked me for came out of nowhere. I was not prepared for it because I never had any problems in that corner, and suddenly I lost control, and yeah, it was gone. It was unsavable. So a little bit shitty.
It is Monza. There is no safe corner except for, I guess, Curva Grande.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the car felt really good, and all of a sudden it went really slippery. I think it went too dry a little bit, and I didn't turn on my traction control too much. I think I was driving on 5 or something, but that was completely fine for the entire race, and all of a sudden I lost it. It really took me by surprise. So that was it was a little bit shitty. I could have won the race there, and then I would have taken Cordatos. So. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad Sven did win the championship, so congrats to him and everyone else who had a very close competition for the podium till the end of the season. And I'm looking forward for next season, of course.
We look forward to the next one as well. Sticking with the Porsche for next season?
No, I think I'm going Bentley.
Bentley. Oh, it's been a while since we had a Bentley. Well, maybe
it's I tried to convince people to take it. Maybe Jos is following me, but I really like the sound, and it's quite fast. It's quite stable. So yeah, I see the potential in that car.
The right-hand drive always just doesn't sit right for me.
Yeah, I know, but I tried it for an hour, and then it felt really natural. So and then I started driving back in the Porsche.
I suppose if you just throw yourself into it and you keep going, it eventually will come naturally.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I think Bentley, and we also signed up for endurance races. I'm driving BMW there, but yeah, when does the new season start?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Probably not in a while then.
If I can see it in the announcements pages here, because I probably would like to. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think the official schedule is out yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna wait then until we see the schedule and.
I know the
try some different cars between them.
Coming up: Silverstone, Spa, Hungaroring, Imola, a wet race at Barcelona, Nürburgring, and Donington. So, good track selection.
I was there with the voting, and I find it very shitty that Zandvoort wasn't picked because I like that track really much. But yeah, maybe next season or the season after because it's for 2 season sets already.
Yeah, season 20 it'll be Paul Ricard, Misano, Watkins Glen, Suzuka Wet, Kalami, Mount Panorama, and Koda. Ooh, I really like that track set.
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward for the season after this next season, to be honest. But yeah, I'm always hyped to drive these championships on Sunday. So really looking forward to it. So it's a shame I missed one race because I could have been fighting to Sven and Matt Gale for the win, I think. But yeah, maybe next season.
Maybe.
Just hope that Sven promotes to gold and I will follow him. That's the only thing that I I hope will happen.
Keep you in the same server.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt says probably a month or so on the season start. So there you go.
Okay.
Probably July or August.
Thanks for the stream. Have a good evening, and thanks everyone for the race. It was very nice.
Indeed, and we'll bring up the rear with Richard Oakes, our fastest lap man and a podium finisher here today in the rust bucket, in the wet. Why are we not shocked? Why are we in no way shocked to see Richard Oakes and the rust bucket on the podium in a wet race?
I mean, maybe you should be. I started from the back.
I mean, I've seen you do great things in the wet. It is not surprising at all.
It's surprising to me. I thought I'd make it halfway up the grid, but I lost my qualifying because I had to leave for an internet issue and rejoin, and it reset my qualifying. And I did not think I'd be making it anywhere near that high up the grid after that.
I mean, in fairness, a 90-minute race with this kind of changing conditions, I don't think qualifying is really honestly that important. It is...
That's probably true.
It is indicative, for sure, because people who are fast in qualifying will probably be fast in the race. But honestly, I think that this is a race where, outside of that pole point, qualifying didn't really serve that much of a purpose.
Yeah, that's fair. But that was a fun one. It was quite enjoyable being in the VC and hearing about everyone's strategies and people trying to decide what to do in the last 15 minutes when it was drying out and debating if it was worth going for the dry tyres. That was a stressful one.
Picked up a pair of second places to end a season that was otherwise not particularly amazing for you. What was the deal with missing 3 rounds this season, sir?
Oh, mainly insomnia and just being asleep for it.
I see.
That tends to be why I miss a lot of races. It's not ideal. But I'll be completely nocturnal and just not be in a state to race if I've had 2 hours of sleep.
No, fair enough. As someone with an inconsistent sleep schedule, I can relate.
Yeah, probably better if I'm not on track murdering people because I'm falling asleep at the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Rust Bucket making a return next season, or are you thinking of another car?
Even if I change car, I will make the same livery for it, so it'll be a Rust Bucket either way, but probably a Porsche.
Excellent. We respect the hustle to make to put that much effort into looking that crappy.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I appreciate it.
You ended up in a relatively low by your standards 5th place in the championship. We'll see if you can come back stronger next season and deliver us a full season. That being said, your 5th place on 3 podiums and 4 starts is not terrible.
I think the competition this season was strong enough that even if I'd attended the extra 3 races, I wouldn't have been right up at the top. So I'm not too worried about that. But hopefully I'll be able to attend the entire thing next season.
I would argue that you probably would have. I mean, again, 2 fastest laps, 3 podiums, and 4 races. Had you made the other 3, I don't really doubt that you would have been at least in the title fight.
From what I remember, I think one of those fastest laps was an absolute fluke where I absolutely was not the fastest, even remotely close, and just had one very lucky lap. Mm-hmm. That one was not indicative of my actual pace. So I will take the point, but I don't think it was... I think the guys ahead of me that race were firmly ahead of me on pace.
He says this, but he was on the podium. Like, I can't relate. I can't relate to these problems.
It certainly wasn't bad. Like, I've only got a few drivers ahead of me who I think I cannot keep up with each track. So I think I'd have good chances next season, but I'm also not expecting a win.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if the Rust Bucket can reign supreme.
We can hope so. We can dream.
We'll see. Anything else you would like to add before we call it a night?
No, just thank you for the commentary, man. I will hopefully see you again next season.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to next season, and that will be all for today, people. Remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube. We got it up to 400 people. Let's get it higher. More. The server has more than 400 people on it. Make it happen. And yeah, I'll be back, I assume, as long as everybody wants me back for next season. And I'll be bringing Byron with me if that is the case. And until then, enjoy. I'll be uploading an MMA podcast over on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out, which is just the Mio Dread, Mio on MMA YouTube channel. There you go. Pimping my own stuff. Have a good day. It was a fun race. Changing conditions always does that. Came down to the wire in the championship. Anyways, not necessarily the race win. Gale had that locked up with 12 minutes to go. But it was a nail-biting experience nonetheless for the championship. And hopefully next season, the Iron and Bronze titles are a little more competitive. Because the Iron one was not this season. And the Bronze, unfortunately, Robert Volt kind of ran out of steam towards the end. And had a bad round at Oulton Park, which kind of ended his chances. But that'll be all. Have a good day. See you in about a month.